Good afternoon. Good to see everybody. Injury update here. So I know you guys just received this. Jaquan is still going to be out for this week, and Braxton Jones will also be out this week. Montez is we're just giving him another day of rest, and we'll see where it goes through the next 48 hours. But again, we thought the day of rest here would be good for his injury. And then working on to Gordon. Gordon did some work today. We'll see where that goes going into the weekend. And then Tevin Jenkins was good today. He participated in most of the practice, and he looks good out there. Feels good, so we're hopeful there. And then next thing is, the whole week was really good. I love the way the guys bounced back. I love the way the guys responded on, coming back on Wednesday with practice, and then Thursday was with the walkthrough. Then Thursday was a good practice, good speed practice on Thursday, and then today was outstanding. We're really focused on speed and finishing the week the right way. And the guys did a really good job in the red zone today for that. And then lastly, we finished practice was pretty cool. Is that we had World War II and Vietnam veterans out there today. I got a chance to meet someone that was 99 and 104. So it's not every day you get a chance to meet those guys, and it was cool for them, but it was even more special for us. Every week, if somebody's out there after practice, I introduce those guys at the team meeting in the morning, so we look forward to that. All the guys were over there talking to them, signing stuff, so it was really cool to do that. So with that, I'll take questions.
What was your assessment of Kyler's work today and whatever he was able to do?
Yeah, I thought it was good. And again, he's working into that full speed range, and we'll see where it goes the next 48 hours.
Yeah. As it relates to Braxton in the left tackle position, who's next up there?
Yeah, so Larry's been working in there. We feel really good about that. We want to make sure that we're not moving multiple spots. And we'll see where that goes. But Larry's done a good job in there. And again, our right side's the right side, and it should be pretty solid there.
Do you feel like both Larry and Ryan could potentially get activated off IR? Are you comfortable with the workload that they've shown now in, I guess, 2 weeks for Borum and 1 week for Bates?
Yeah, I do. And we'll see where Ryan is. Ryan's first day back, in there moving around was today. So we'll see where that goes.
Matt, both you and Shane have talked about Arizona's unique defensive style. What kind of challenges does that present for Caleb?
Yeah, it's just really multiple fronts. The multiple fronts and the way they use Buda Baker. Buda Baker moves around there. He's dropping in from the middle of the part of the field. They have a 3 safety look. Mostly in a five down look, and he'll be dropping in. He's not always dropping in, but there'll be guys that drop in, but he's mostly the guy that does that. So when you're spotting out your runs, sometimes that does create a little bit of confusion there. So our guys have done a good job in practice, but again, it's going to be full speed, and it's going to be a really good player and a really good front because they move it around a little bit, and our guys got to do a really good job communicating.
Is Tyreek going to start on Sunday? Give any clarification on that? A little bit.
Yeah, and I appreciate the question, Mark. I'm not going to talk about who's going to be starting, there at that particular spot. But again, I've talked to Tyreek. He's had a really good week of practice. He's done well with refocusing in, and I appreciate his efforts, moving into the next phase, which is Arizona.
So it's still possible he might not. There might be some disciplinary.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to keep that between us and here, and that's where it's going to stay.
This is a month plus now with Jaquan out. What's your understanding of what's left for him to get through the last clearance checkpoint?
Yeah, it's really just about the symptom part of it, right? That's really what it is. And again, he's made progress. He's got into the meetings and he's got into the walkthrough and got into those things, and then he just has those symptoms. So again, it's always going to be about his safety and his health and where he is. And Jaquan brings a lot of passion and energy to our team, and certainly to our defense. And he was having a really good year, leading up to this. So, his health and safety is first, and we want to make sure that we do a good job with that first. And then he'll bring that passion and energy back like he always does.
Shane talked yesterday when he was asked about the goal line play with Doug. He said we have plays that are not all vanilla, and it's about figuring out when to go to those. What is the balance between using a not vanilla play that might try to catch a defense off guard versus the tried and true what you use in that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's in your question. Is that really it is about that balance. To keep them off balance. Because defenses are again, at the 1 yard line, you could say, hey, I know what was said, use a guy and all that stuff, but, we worked it in practice and that's the way it was. But I just say that in general, to answer your question, the balance and to put defenses off balance, you have to use that. You have some unique formations, a uniqueness in personnel, I think is good. And then motions and shifts, they can all create, defense unbalanced. So I think that's important that you do that because our guys are always working at that, and our defense has rules. And that you apply your rules to what you see, and you play fast.
Do you know if the roof will be open or closed?
I don't know that yet.
Matt, you guys take a week by week approach to everything. Coming out of last week and trying to move on to this week, how big was the big picture of you are still 4-3 in your message to the players?
Yeah, that's the big thing, right? We're 3-1, just like Arizona is. So we're tail of the tape. We're both in the same position. So it's important that we focus on that. We did have some good football in the last month, leading up to the bye, and also in that game. We had some really good football at the end on offense, and defensively played really well at times. But again, you got to build off the successes and also just work on the things you didn't do well. That's important that you do that.
Matt, to that end, I know your job is to not panic after games like last week, but from the outside, a lot of people looked at that game and saw that it kind of opened some things about the direction of the team under you, and look at this game as a big game to show just how much control you have over the direction of this team. Do you understand that? I mean, do you see this as a big game?
Yeah, I live week to week, and I think every game's a big game, right? And you put all your energy and all your focus into one game. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. And if you do anything else, you're doing your team and everybody a disservice. So we ask our players to do that. Coaches got to do that. We all have to do that. And all our energy's on Arizona.
Matt, this is more kind of ancient history at this point, but why did Tyreek not start in week 1? It looked like Terrell Smith was in there for the first snap, and then they swapped out.
Yeah, again, I'm not going to talk about starters and why we do things. Again, that's our all in-house. So that would be the same answer I gave earlier.
In your opinion, though, does that send a message if a guy's not in the game?
When?
Whether it's for a snap or for at any point, I guess.
Well, I just think we have rotations for a reason. It could be competition. It could be maybe a guy's coming back and his workloads need to be down and can't be a full game so far. So it could be a various number of things.
Thanks, guys.